Donald Trump is definitely by far the lowest IQ president we've ever had in the history of this country. I had to watch this nonsensical rambling 3 or 4 times just to figure out what he was trying to say. And I need you guys to watch this, and it's probably going to take you 3 or 4 times as well. But we need to have a conversation about what it sounds like he's saying here.
I'm also making it easier on the farmers and the hotels and everything, because you have a lot of farmers that they're not going to be able to, do their crops and pick up the corn and do all of the things that they do so incredibly well.
Do their crops and pick up the corn and do all the things that they do so well. You have a bunch of farmers who aren't going to be able to do this. So whatever it is he's saying there about farming, it sounds like he's saying we need migrants in this country. Migrants have come over for years to do work that, frankly, Americans won't do. And now Donald Trump is realizing that we need them because farmers are going to have a hard time doing their crops and picking up the corn and all of the things that they do so well. Wow.
So we're making it so that if a farmer can give recommendations to people, we're going to be very soothing in terms of perhaps letting that farmer have, they're sort of responsible.
Yes.
And we're going to have the farmer take responsibility.
We're going to be soothing? What the hell does that mean? If the farmer can give a recommendation to people, we're going to be sort of soothing. This dude must read at like a 4th grade level. He makes no sense ever. But I want you to listen again to what he was saying there. He said, we're going to let the farmers be responsible and then perhaps let people come back. What? So I don't know about you guys, but it sounds like to me he's saying farmers will be responsible for the laborers that he allows back into this country, which sounds a lot like the farmers are going to be slave masters and these migrants are going to be their slaves. And as long as the farmers take responsibility for their slaves, Donald Trump's going to be okay with having a little bit of immigration in this country. I wonder if the MAGAs, that's probably what the MAGAs want. They probably don't, they want mass deportation, but if they're able to own slaves, I guess they'll be okay with having migrants in this country. Like, isn't that what he's saying? Am I mistaken here? But that's exactly what it sounds like he's saying.
But, ultimately, at some point, we want the people to go out, come back as legal. We're going to send, as you probably know, we're doing a self-deportation. And we're going to make it comfortable for people. And we're going to work with those people to come back into our country legally.
I guess this is the weave or something. How many times can this guy start a sentence, not finish that sentence, start another sentence, and then throw in a perhaps or as you may already know? What is he? I'm telling you, when I say I have to listen to these things like 2 or 3 times to figure out what he's trying to say, that's what I have to do. But what he's saying here is that now he's okay with people coming back into the country legally. Before, they basically didn't want any immigration at all. They were saying no immigration. Now he's trying to make it easier for people to go out of the country and get back in. And here's why. Donald Trump had no idea what he was doing when he was going around here saying mass deportations now and tariffs here and there. Now we have a whole lot of backlash because of the tariffs, and we're losing money, and the stock market is tanking, and countries are not doing business with us. And now you have the same thing happening with these deportations. Donald Trump is starting to realize, oh, we do need migrant workers here. Oh, these people do have value. Oh, these people aren't, they aren't sending their worst and all these things that he said. Everything that he has done, he has to go back on now because this guy is not a leader. He's not a smart person. Somehow he figured out, though, a way to make a bunch of idiots vote him into office and still be out there trying to explain away all of these mistakes that he's making. Make no mistake about it. Donald Trump is going back on tariffs because they were a bad idea, and now he's starting to realize it. And that is why he is now also going back on immigration, because it is a bad idea, or deportations because it is a bad idea, and he's now starting to figure that out. I think there are people who are surrounding him that are trying to tell him maybe, but this guy is just, this is not a smart person. This is not a smart person that people went out there and voted for, and now we're all suffering the consequences of having an incompetent fool in the Oval Office. Period.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in they heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.